this, but right now I want to talk about this mantra, this concept that is you say things that mentally get you to lock in. So you guys hear me all the time say tested, never defeated. Like you see on the wall here, it says tested, never defeated. That is one of my mantras. It's one of those things that I say when life gets tough, when life is punching me in the face. I say I'm tested, never defeated, because no matter what's going on, whatever test I'm going through, I'm never defeated. With God and with the work that I do every single day to make sure that I can persevere, that I'm able to continue, right? So another mantra that I say a lot of times is outwork your doubts. Outwork your doubts. So what does that mean? Every single person goes into a situation with a certain amount of doubts. Whether you're getting into a relationship, you have a certain amount of doubts. Whether you're getting into a new job or you're just jumping into fitness, you have specific doubts that you might have about those things, right? And those doubts can weigh heavy on your mind. They can keep you from moving forward. They can keep you from even starting. They can keep you, just stagnant. And so for me, a lot of times I have these doubts too. These doubts of, are you good enough to do this? Have you trained hard enough? Are you big enough, strong enough? Are you fast enough? Are you mentally able to get through these things? And what I'll do is I'll quickly lock it in, right? Whenever I have a doubt come in my mind, I'll immediately jump to one of my mantras. And the mantra, outwork your doubts. Outwork your doubts. Okay, Brian, think about all the work that you've had to do to get to this point. All the times that you had to get up super early in the morning and run. Think about when you were in the military and you sucked at running and you got up every single day. Yes, every single day for a couple months to get better at running. Think about all the times that you've had to grit it out and you've been in tough competitions on a bodybuilding stage, or you've been in tough runs where you might have taken a wrong turn and you had to re-navigate or whatever. Think about those times in your life where you're dealing with Crohn's disease or you're dealing with addiction. Think about all these things and realize that you have outworked all of those things. Whether that had to be getting better in my faith or whether that means something physical, you have shown up and you have physically or mentally or financially or whatever it is, you have outworked those doubts. And so for me, whenever life gets tough, I just jump to one of my mantras. So this weekend when I was in this race, right, I'm sucking. I'm at about mile 47 and I'm absolutely sucking. I'm sucking, like I'm cramping, things are happening. And I literally just say to my head, simple, outwork your doubts. Any doubt that you have right now, you've outworked it, keep working. Any doubt, any reservation that you have right now at all, you've outworked it already, so you're done with it. Outwork your doubts. And a lot of times what people don't realize is those doubts are the things that are gonna hold you back. It's the doubt that, are you good enough? And that's something that happens could be potentially when you're a kid. Like your parents might not have reinforced certain things that could move you forward, or they might have said certain things that don't give you self-confidence. Because self-confidence plays a really, 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 really big role in a lot of things that you do. But outwork your doubts, outwork all of them. So that means you might have to get up super early in the morning and say, you know what? I'm not gonna hit the snooze button. I'm gonna outwork these doubts that I have. I'm gonna stay up late. I'm gonna read the books that I need to read. I'm gonna, turn off sports, or I know a lot of people are gonna, turn off sports. I might have to turn off sports. I might have to outwork my doubts by doing the hard things. And if you can show up every single day and do that, you can outwork your doubts, you're gonna be just fine. So tested, never defeated, yes. We all have this test. And I physically and mentally feel like I can never be defeated as long as I keep my faith, keep working hard. But also another one is outwork your doubts. So when I'm in a tough race, like running 60 miles, I show up and I try to outwork any of that stuff that goes through my head. So you guys need to start thinking about that too. Where in your life are your limitations or your self-imposed limitations holding you back? I see people that come to me and they say, hey, Brian, I've gained an extra 50, 60, 70 pounds. I have a doubt if I can actually lose this weight. I have doubts if I can actually get this done. And I'm just telling you, you have to outwork that doubt. The only way you can prove it to yourself is to show up and do the work. So I tell people, okay, you might need to lose 50 or 60 pounds. Let's forget that goal. Let's forget all about that 60, 100 pounds, whatever. Let's forget about that. What can you do right now to outwork any doubt that you have that you can accomplish this? What can you do? You can show up the next workout and get it in. You can show up the next workout and get it in. You can wake up early in the morning and make sure your food is cooked. You can lay your shoes out the night before you go to bed. You can do all of these things to outwork your doubt. Or let's say you're releasing content and you say, I don't know if enough people are gonna connect with it. I don't know if it's good enough. How can you can make sure that you don't have that doubt anymore about outworking it. Outwork your doubts. Study, do the things that you need to do. Work harder, put it out there, and then go back to the lab and refocus on what you need to do to make that content tighter. That's how you can outwork your doubts. It's these self-limiting things that always hold us back. It's our own brains that are constantly telling us we can't do stuff, and it's our own doubts. And it might have been that you failed something before, or again, your parents might have told you, hey, like, play small, don't think big, don't try to accomplish anything. Or you might have shown up and completely embarrassed yourself before in the past. But what I'm telling you is you have to find a way to outwork those doubts. So we all have them. I have doubts. I have self-confidence issues, and I have all these other things that I deal with. But I promise you this, every single doubt that I have, I'll outwork it. I had a doubt if I could actually get this 60 miles over the weekend, but I outworked it. I showed up, I did the work every single day, and I got it done. So as simple as that. We have to find a mantra, and I don't care what your mantra might be, but you have to have something that you click to like that you can say, you know what? This is my thing. When things get tough, this is what I'm going to say to myself, and it's going to reconnect me back to what I'm doing. It's going to refocus me back on what I'm doing. Instead, you're going to get, if you don't have that mantra, you're going to get lost in all the outside noise. Because the world is a noisy freaking place. Other people are feeding you their mantras and telling you you're not good enough, or feeding you things that might make you quit. But if you have a mantra and you are solid in that, and I don't care, it could come from the Bible, it could come from your heart, it could come from any kind of spirituality that you might have, but you got to have something that reconnects you back, so you can focus in on what you're trying to accomplish. And that's what I do. That's exactly what I do.